Okay, full body workout. Happy Sunday. I'm gonna put on my ankle weights right away. They're gonna stay on for pretty much the whole workout. Okay, so ankle weights on. I'm gonna put mine on upside down or inside out so they stay a little bit better. And again, they're optional. Okay, come to a kneeling position. I'm just gonna come to the center of my mat. I'm gonna place one hand on either one of my bottom ribs. Take a deep inhale in through my nose. Feel my ribs move side to side, growing wider, making room for the air that's now in my lungs. And as I exhale, I'm gonna push all of that air out through my mouth. Let's take two more. Deep inhale in through my nose. Exhale, push everything out through my mouth. Last one. Exhale, push it all the way out. Feel those ribs knit back together. My waist contract, my core engage. This is my lateral breath. So for this workout, I'm gonna sync all of my breath to my movement. Every movement has a breath. And let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna come to a quadruped position, just taking a little spinal stretch, moving those weights out of the way. Okay, I'm arching my spine. I'm gonna look all the way up at the sky. Inhale in through my nose. Exhale, I'm pushing all of that air out through my mouth. I'm gonna take two more just like that. Deep inhale. Exhale, pushing it all the way out. Last one. And exhale, I'm gonna take a couple spinal circles just all the way around, getting ready to move. And then I'm gonna reverse for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming back into a neutral spine. So my back is flat. I'm gonna tuck my toes. I'm sending my hips high. I'm in that pike. Sending my hips high, downward dog if you like, if you do yoga. Holding my hips high, I'm just pedaling out my feet, one at a time. I'm gonna drop both of my heels down, really stretching out those hamstrings, stretching out the back of my legs. And then I'm gonna pop my heels all the way up, and I'm gonna fold forward into that high plank. Shoulders are coming over those wrists. I send my hips high, I'm back in my plank. And then I roll forward. Exhale to pike, inhale to plank. Exhale to pike, inhale to plank. In 5, I'm gonna hold my hips high. In 4, 3, my hips are staying high. In 2, I'm gonna hold that pike. Last one, I'm holding my pike, holding it there. I'm gonna lift my right leg all the way up towards the sky, making sure not to open up my hip. I'm keeping my hip squared, and I'm just gonna lower lift that leg for 15. 2, 3. Squeezing my glute every time and maintaining those high hips. 10 more. 10, 9, 8. Little squeeze, little pinch at the top. I have 5. I'm gonna hold it high in 4. Hold my leg high in 3. In 2, that leg comes all the way up. I'm just gonna pulse. 1 inch up, 1 inch down for 15. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding my leg high. Now I'm gonna shift forward. I bring that knee into my nose. I'm gonna do this 10 times. Send it high. Pull it in. Sending it high. Working that glute as I send that leg high. Working my right oblique as I pull it in. I have 5, and then I hold that knee in 4. Holding that knee in 3. In 2. Last one. Holding the knee in. I'm just gonna pulse for 10. My hands are starting to slip. For 5. For 4, 3, 2, on 1. I'm stepping that foot forward. I'm dropping my back knee. I'm just gonna open that right arm, get my weight off of my wrists for 3, for 2. Last one. I'm gonna bring my right hand down, stepping my right foot back. I'm gonna do everything I just did on the left. So stepping it back, and then let's find that plank again, just finding that form every time, maintaining that form. And then let's send my hips high, left leg up and down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Can I get my hips a little higher? Can I get my chest even closer to my thighs? I have 4, 3, holding it high for a pulse in 2. Last one, holding it high. It's a little pulse. Up and down, up and down, up and down. 10, 9, squeeze, 8, squeeze, 6, 5, 4. I'm shifting forward into that plank in 3, 2, on 1. I shift forward into that plank. Feeling that little pinch in my left oblique, I shift back, little squeeze in my left glute. Pull it in. Send it back. That's 2. I'm doing 8 more, and then I pulse. Finding that breath, come back to it. I have 4, I hold that knee in, and I pulse. In 3. In 2. Last one, pulling that knee in, it's a little pulse. 1 inch in, and back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, stepping that left foot forward, dropping my back knee, get my weight off of my wrist. I'm gonna lift that arm, just opening up that side body. And bringing it down. Stepping that knee back, take a little child's pose. Again, weight off of my wrists. I'm gonna grab onto my 3-pound weight, so something pretty light. I'm gonna focus on my right leg first. So I'm gonna keep my left leg bent, and I'm going to send my right leg out long. Really careful not to open up my hips. I want both of those hips squared. I'm gonna rack my weights on top of my shoulders, just kind of using them like dead weight for now. Okay, I'm gonna lower my hips down and up for 10. Exhale, I squeeze. I'm squeezing that left glute, but eventually it's going to be really focused on that right side. Now you can bring your hands in front of your chest like a little prayer. Inhale, lower, exhale, I lift, I squeeze. Here for 5. Here for 4. Last 3. 2, I'm gonna hold it down and pulse. Last one, I hold it all the way down. It's a little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm gonna rack those weights back on my shoulders. Second round, I'm adding a shoulder press in 3. In 2, on 1, I shoulder press as I rise, and then racking those weights back on my shoulders, using them like dead weight. Exhale, I lift. Inhale, lower, that was 2, I have 10, 8 more. 7 more, really squeezing that glute. Exhale, So the power to lift those arms, really coming from my lower body. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one with that shoulder press. I'm gonna rack those weights. Actually, I'm gonna put them at a heart center and just pulse. Getting lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I lift all the way up. Now, I'm gonna get into a mermaid or a side bend and find some lateral flexion here. So my hands are gonna come in front of my chest, holding them at prayer, elbows high, keeping that right leg straight. I'm just gonna lower, lean all the way over to the left, feel that little pinch in my right side. Exhale, I lift. 10. 8 more. Inhale, I lower, exhale, stacking my shoulders back over my hips every single time. 6. 4. 3. Really feeling that stretch through my right oblique. Last 2, lateral flexion on the left. On 1, I'm gonna hold it low. Hold, hold, hold. Elbows stay wide. I'm just gonna twist over towards my left knee. Bringing it all the way back, but staying low. Let's do that 9 times. 8. I'm really feeling that stretch as I rotate through my right oblique. I have 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna hold that twist. I'm dropping the weight that is in my left hand. My left hand is coming onto my mat. I'm lifting my right arm with that remaining weight all the way up. Let's get that form right. Knee is stacked over my hip, and I'm just gonna lift and lower that right leg. Lifting and lower. So trying not to lean on that left arm, I'm staying lifted. Let's do 10, starting now. 10, 9, 8. I like to point my toe. I'm picturing that leg growing longer, but you are welcome to flex your foot if that feels better. 5, 4, 3, 2, On 1, I hold that leg up. I'm just gonna pulse. 10, 9, 8. Now I have a bad neck and shoulders. That's an issue for me. I'm gonna look down at my bottom hand just to relax that neck. For 5, for 4. My dog is coming through. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Hold it high, start to circle for 10. Start to circle, I have 8. I could always drop that weight and keep just that arm up or hand comes to my hip, or if I need more support, I could even bring those fingertips to the mat as long as I'm keeping those hips open. 4, 3, 2, on 1, reverse for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna rotate to face my mat, still working my right leg. I'm gonna put that weight that we were just using in your right hand. Now it's behind my right knee. I'm just using it for a little bit extra weight, kind of double trouble today. Hands are gonna be stacked underneath my shoulders. Knees are stacked underneath my hips and maintaining that flat back. I'm gonna try to keep that foot flexed to start to keep that weight from dropping down. Okay, let's lift and lower for 10. Lifting my lower. 9. Imagine I'm pressing my heel and the sole of my foot up towards the ceiling, stamping my footprint. I have 5. I hold it up in 4. Hold it up in 3. In 2. Last one, I hold it up. It's a little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. I'm checking my balance, making sure that core is engaged. I have 5, 4, 3. We have a little change here in 2. Last one, I hold it high. Now I'm gonna take that right knee, it's gonna go up and over my left knee, and then I'm gonna drop my elbows. So it's a little tricep push-up with that pretzel, and then I lift the elbows, I lift that leg. For 10. For 9. He just wants to join. Here for 8. 7. 6. Now I could do this without the tricep push-up. I would just stay in that pretzel. But I'm getting married this year, so I'm thinking a lot about my triceps. A little extra tricep work here. For 5. For 4. For 3. 2. On 1. I'm gonna stay down on my forearms. I'm gonna do a little combo. It's 1 pretzel, 1 straight, and then left. Pretzel, straight, and then lift. That's 2. We're on 3. I'm gonna walk my elbows out a little bit further. 4. 5, halfway done. Almost out of this leg. 6. 7. Exhale, lift. 9, 10, and 10. Okay, weight is coming underneath my right hand, so it's pretty much gonna be on the right side of my body this entire time. I'm popping up into a plank, so I'm tucking my toes, I'm stepping it back into that plank. Remember those pikes to planks we did at the beginning for that warm-up? Now I'm gonna be using my weight in my right hand, so I'm gonna pike my hips up. I'm reaching my right hand back for that left ankle for 10. Reach. 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm holding it here. Now I'm keeping that weight in my right hand. I'm gonna spin my heels over to the left, lift that right arm all the way up, and then I'm gonna thread the needle 10 times. I rock, and then I reach. Inhale to rock, exhale, reach. 8 more. Watching that weight, so I'm following my weight with that gaze. I lift and I lower. Here for 5. Here for 4. Holding that weight high, hips high. In 3, 2, on 1, I hold it high. It's a little pulse. 10, 9, 8. Again, I'm gonna look down at that bottom hand because my neck is starting to yell at me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down. Okay, let's do a little bit of arms before we do everything we just did one more time. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna face forward. We're gonna do a little bit of triceps. We're gonna do biceps as well. I'm going to stay up on my knees because I have those ankle weights on. Otherwise, you could stay all the way down on your heels, but I'm gonna stay lifted. Okay, elbows are tight in by my sides. Shoulders are rolled down and back. Take a deep inhale to prepare. Elbows don't move. Exhale, I bicep curl. Inhale, I lower all the way down. Exhale, bicep curl. Inhale, all the way down. Now that extension of the bicep curl, that full extension, finding your arms straight, does just as much for your biceps as the actual curl. So don't shorten the movement and only stop here. I want full extension all the way at full range. I don't think I said this. We're doing 15. We have 10 left. 9, 8, 7. All the way up, all the way down. 5, chin out of my chest, shoulders stay rolled back and down. 4, 3, last 2. On 1, I'm gonna lift all the way up. I'm gonna hold halfway down. So I've made like a 90-degree bend with my arms. I'm gonna open and then rotate my shoulders open and then try to tap the weights. Exhale, open, inhale, close. 3, 4, 5, really squeezing my shoulder blades behind my back. Rotating, really good for that rotator cuff. Open, close, open, close. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. In 4, I'm gonna hold those arms wide, so elbows stay in, but hands are open. Last 3, 2, on 1. Hands are open, elbows still tight. Can I send my elbows 2 inches away from my body and then pull them right back in? Just a little stretch in the bend. We're gonna make this bigger. In 12, 11, 10, 9, keeping it really small and controlled. Whew. 5, 4, 3. It's gonna turn into a full extension in 2. Last 1, pull the elbows in, take a breath, reset. As I exhale, I'm stretching those arms long, I'm rotating my palms to face the floor, and then as I pull the elbows in, palms face up towards the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that core is engaged. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. I'm holding all the way out. Now I'm just gonna pulse. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. This is 5, 10 more. 10, 9, just an inch up and down. Core is engaged, belly button squeezed in towards my spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. I lower the arms down. I'm gonna turn to the side so we can see this a little bit better. Last arm move, or last arm little tiny series is going to be tricep focused. Okay, I'm hinging my torso forward. Elbows are coming in towards my sides. Deep inhale in through my nose. Exhale, I extend. Inhale to bend. Noticing those elbows are not moving. It's just those forearms. I'm stretching the back of my arms. So stretching that tricep muscle to extend and then bend. But those elbows are staying lifted and my gaze is staying down towards the front of my mat. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, pulling my navel in. Make sure that core is engaged. I have 2. Last 1, I'm holding here. I'm just gonna pulse. My palms are facing in towards each other, so that hasn't changed. 10, 9, we're gonna hold it up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Now can I squeeze, 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 squeeze. It's a little squeeze of the back of the shoulders as well as those triceps. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it in, flip the palms up. Flip the palms in, flip the palms up, flip the palms in. That was 2, 13 more. 12, ooh, trying to keep those arms high. Ooh. 10, I hold those palms to face the sky, I pulse it out to finish. Ooh. I have 5, 4, palms face the ceiling, towards the sky. Last 4, 3, can I get my arms straighter, longer, higher, 2, last 1, palms face up, little pulses up and down. 3, make sure my wrists aren't bending, keeping those forearms all the way down to our knuckles long. 10, 9, 8, can I make it smaller? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, arms are nice and tired. We already have those weights. Now we're going to reach your left leg all the way long, and I'm going to rack those weights on top of my shoulders to start. So racking those weights on top of my shoulders, and I'm just gonna lower my hips down. Exhale, I lift up, it's a squeeze. Lower down. Exhale, I lift up, it's a squeeze. Whew. And then I lift. Make sure that I'm not leaning over to one side and opening up my hip. Both of those hip bones are staying facing forward. 5, I hold it low in 4. Hold it low in 3. Sticking your booty back, last 2. Whew. Last 1, I hold it back. Little pulses up and down, 10, 9, 8, 7. Second round, we add a shoulder press, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, reset, inhale, exhale, I lift. Inhale, I lower, that was 1, 9 more, 9. And I lower, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, I hold it down and I pulse last time. Hold it down, little pulses, up and down. 10, 9, 8, ooh, getting lower. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. I press those weights together. I'm going to get into that lateral flexion, that little mermaid. So I'm keeping my hips squared. Now I lean over to the right, feel that stretch in my left oblique. Exhale, I lift, that's 1. 9 more, lower. Exhale, I lift, 8. Starting to feel that sun. 6. Really using that left oblique, fighting gravity, lifting myself up. 5, 4, I'm holding it low. I'm gonna add that rotation in 3. Holding it low in 2. Last 1, can I hold it low? Now I'm going to rotate to face the front of my mat. Rotate back, but I'm still staying low. That was 1, I have 9. Exhale to rotate, inhale to reset. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. I'm gonna stay facing the floor. The weight that's in my right hand is going to be gone. Right hand is coming down onto the mat. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. I'm gonna lift my left arm all the way up. Lift that left leg. Whew, just lower lift, pointing that toe. And then I'm staying lifted out of that right arm. For 5. So 10 total. 10 is kind of the number today. We have 3, 2, I hold it up on 1, hold it up, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. For 5, for 4, little squeeze from that side of my glute, side of my leg. Last 2, on 1, I hold it high, little circles. Again, that weight could come down if your arm or shoulder starting to get tired. Just a little bit harder, full body. Last 5, we reverse. 4, 3, 2, on 1, can you reverse? 10, 9, 8, gaze is coming down at that right hand. Woo, trying to keep my neck long. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm turning to face the front of my mat, and then that weight is coming behind my left knee, keeping my foot flexed. I'm gonna stay on my hands for this first round. It's gonna be a flex foot, it's just a lift and a lower, keeping that leg bent at a 90-degree angle. Okay, let's set up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, drive my heel up towards the ceiling, keeping that spine straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have those pulses at the top. Into, on 1. Hold it high, fix my hair, check my balance. Little pulses up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Little squeeze. 4, 3, 2, on one. Remember those tricep push-ups with that little pretzel? I'm gonna call it a pretzel. Okay, left knee this time, up and over my right. I drop my triceps. Press into the heels of my hands. I lift, I squeeze the glute. Lower down. Working that tricep, working that left glute and hamstring. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm holding it down. We're gonna do one of each. One pretzel, lift, and I lower. One regular, lower, lift. Cross, and then straight down and up. Again, I could do this on my hands if I wanted. I think I flexed my foot on the last side. So I'm gonna, on the last side, so I'm gonna flex that left foot. 4. This is 5. Look, you're already halfway done. Exhale, every time you lift, squeeze. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, and 1. Woo. Okay, I'm grabbing that weight. It's gonna go in my left hand this time. We have those planks with the reach back into that side plank, and then you're on your back. Okay, tucking my toes. I'm lifting out of my hand, out of that weight, stepping my legs back, getting nice and hot in here. Left hand reaches back for my right ankle. Shift it forward. That was 1, 9 more. Shift, piking those hips. You could do this without a weight. You could do this just like we started the class, both hands down, piking your hips up and down, arms don't move. 5, 4, 3, really reach, test your balance. 2, last one, hold it here. Spinning my heels over towards the right, I lift that left arm all the way up. Let's thread the needle 10 times. I wrap, and I reach, getting nice and sweaty. Wrap, and I reach, that's 2, 8 more, 8. Inhale, wrap, exhale, reach. 4. This is 5, 5 more, halfway done. 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember those pulses, last one, hold it high, little pulses up and down. Trying to get that right hip away from my mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Okay, weights are coming to the side. Whew. Okay, I'm going to hold on to one of my weights. Holding on to one of the weights for the sake of where we're filming. I'm gonna hold on to the weight with my left hand. I'm gonna lay all the way down on my back. So lay all the way down on your back. Legs are coming up into a reverse tabletop. Right hand is gonna be behind my head with my elbow wide. And I'm gonna reach that left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Palms facing away from my body. So palms are facing my knees. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to bring your left arm down. I lift head, neck, and shoulders. I crunch. And then I lower. I crunch. And then I lower. That was 2, 8 more. Crunch. And lift. I'm trying to lead that crunch from my chest, not from my neck or my head. I have 5, 4, last 3, 2, on 1, hold it down. Now I'm going to extend my right leg all the way out long. So opposite hand is low as leg is long. Pull it right back in. 10, 10, 9. Exhale every time I lift my head and I extend that leg. Woo. 5. I have 4. Head can always come down, and you just do this with everything else if your neck is starting to talk to you. 3, 2, on 1. I hold the leg long, I hold the arm down. Pump the palm up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Last thing here, wrap that weight around my left knee, getting my shoulders higher off the mat every time. 5, 4. Weight is gonna end in my right hand. 3, 2, and 1. Weight ends in my right hand, legs back in tabletop, same thing other side. Starting with both of those legs back. Deep inhale in through my nose, leading from my chest. I crunch up, I bring that right arm down. Inhale, I release. 1, that was 2, pulling my belly button down every time I crunch. 3, 4, getting nice and shady. I love it here for 5. Last 4, watch me get rained on. Last 3, last 2, I hold it low. On 1, I hold it low. We're going to extend your left leg out long, so opposite hand is leg. Bring it right back in. That kind of didn't count, so this is 1, 2. Good news is this is how we finish. 3, 4. We pretty much worked those obliques the entire class. Lots of planks. 4, 3, we hold it up. We flip the palm up and down in 2. Last 1, hold it low. Flip the palm up and down. 2, 3, 4. Make sure that knee stays over my hip. I'm getting tired, so it's gonna try to come in. 4, 3, 2. On 1, I pass the weight. Getting my shoulder blades higher off my mat. That left leg, that long leg is still hovering. This is 5. I have 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Okay, that was it. Full body, all on the mat. I hope you liked it. Happy Sunday.